All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Houston Oilers and the Austin Armadillos. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Now roster return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319. 319.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw on second down. Frank dumps it off to Mixon. Look at the spin.
Balance.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Frank. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A handoff to Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Frank looking for the end zone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A pitch out to Drake. He's got a first down and inside of midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on first down, Drake again. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
Detroit! Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. Going deep here for Stills. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lucky 56! Gone! 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 Gone!
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And now out comes Houston. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56.
To throw on second down, Frank. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Whoosh. And he will score. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Off play action. Frank. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And now past another. And what a big-time play there. 42 yards. He was able to set the edge on the left side, and the O-line able to set the edge well, too, on that side. They did a good job blocking out in front.
And you and I both know there's only a set amount of blockers that can be out in front. But didn't it feel like there was double on that play to open up the path?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Frank, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Frank, he's going to look deep down the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Spinning away, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that'll make the score 14-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on first down. Frank to Mixon on the check down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Frank. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Operating from the gun. Frank. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Well, 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gun!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Detroit! Check, 53 flight. Check, 53 flight. Yeah, QB's trash. Let's go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Detroit! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
They'll set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now out comes Houston. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down. Frank. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now a play fake here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Frank. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off play action. Frank. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. From the gun, Frank. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Operating from the gun, Frank. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And now out comes Houston. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Frank. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down. Frank eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Frank, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Frank, and his throw is incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Frank. Flush to his right. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And his kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, a piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now they'll run it on the toss. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that'll make it 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now out comes Houston. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Frank. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Frank. Open man right side is St. Brown. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Operating from the gun. Frank throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. From the gun, Frank. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Pepper. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Sparks. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Back now in Austin, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Sparks. For the left side, it's complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Sparks. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Sparks going up top. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, Drake. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Gun! Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 4th down, Sparks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Back to throw. Sparks. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
This quarterback now just 3 of 6 throwing it, but that last completion gets a 1st down. Looking to throw. Sparks. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw again. That is caught inside the 5. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenyon Drake taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of,
and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun. Frank. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The offense on third down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Frank, he'll rifle this one. He's got a man, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gone! 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 Gone!
On 1st down, Sparks. Wide open receiver, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the fumble recovery, Frank. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Houston. 64 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. Back to throw. Frank, he leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.